You want basketball? We got you.
What about plays on the turf? We got you covered.
Or maybe even a knock right out of the park.
We give you our takes on the latest sports news, music, and anything trending around the world.
You are now in the clutch with Nia
and Malik. What is going on, y'all? We back.
Episode 4.
Episode 4 in the Clutch podcast. Nia, how you doing?
I'm great, Malik Brown. It's storming out there. You good on that side?
It's a bad day.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna push through. I think this weather is I think it understands what we're going through, and we gotta let these people know about what's going on in the world. This storm it's not gonna stop us. It's not gonna stop us.
Big
not
facts.
today.
Big
Not
facts.
today.
Big facts.
So
we got a lot to talk about.
We got some good stuff today, y'all. We got some good stuff. Clutch update. You gotta be kidding me. Music roundup. It's a lot of good stuff to talk about. And why not start it off better with The Last Dance?
Oh man.
Last 2 episodes dropped on Sunday night, and crazy, just like the other past Sundays, just a lot to take, a lot we didn't know. But hey man, the first thing they started off with was Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan. Now I know at the end of episode 8 they had a little snippet of Reggie and Michael, and Reggie said something along the lines of, he said he wanted to take down Jordan. He felt like all these other teams, they had the opportunity, but he knew that this was probably going to be the Bulls' last run. And he was like, he wanted to be the guy to be known as the person to just dethrone Jordan, just be the person to take him out. How do you feel about that?
He was almost successful. Just a little bit. But Reggie brought it. He brought all the smoke. He did. But Michael is always going to be one step ahead, and
he was one step ahead.
Episode 9 started out so freaking crazy because again, that moment when Reggie and Michael, the beef was instant, shout out to the director, because he directed everything in this documentary so freaking well. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to those editors. A little thing that people didn't know, I actually read this earlier today, is that, we, of course, us being in quarantine due to COVID-19, of course, Twitter bullied everyone into releasing this documentary. And they had 0 episodes put together. So shout out to them for making it happen. Wild. They have been on Zoom calls for the past 3 hours creating this documentary. It was a lot. And on top of that, I believe 2 or 3 editors had got COVID. So that was kind of a setback too. And you would never even have known that they went through all of this, all of the editing, all of directing, all of putting this documentary together through via Zoom.
That is
Malik.
wild.
That is very wild.
A Zoom call. All it took was a Zoom call.
So shout out to them for making it happen. Shout out to ESPN. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to all the editors and everybody who had some type of responsibility of putting together this amazing documentary. I don't know where my Twitter family is going next. I don't know what we're going to watch next, but shout out to them for making it happen. But back to the documentary. I just had to give my shout out.
No, shout out for real. Honestly, I feel like they still got some footage left.
Oh, yeah.
They have to have some footage left. on this documentary. We didn't see enough. I don't think I saw enough.
I wanted more, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care if it was 20 parts. I would have watched all 20 parts, Malik. Seriously, yes. I really would have. But going back to Reggie Miller, okay, because he made a mistake. Because I don't know if nobody understands that Michael obviously had a hit list for everybody who disrespected him on the court. And he said, "You're Michael Jordan, ? You know, Michael used that as fuel, and he added him to his list because basically, you know, he said like, "You're Michael Jordan, like this is what all the hype is about. This is you." Oh man, you made a mistake there, Reggie, because you know. Actually, no, he didn't make that mistake because imagine if he would have never said that to Michael. Then what?
And you know, you can say that for almost every opponent that Michael Jordan has faced, because it seems like every opponent he's went up against, somebody has said something to him, that just ticked him off, or was just like, okay, bet. Have you seen that Cam Newton meme where he's like, okay, I got you. That's exactly how Michael Jordan is. He was literally like this the whole series.
Yeah.
And when Reggie said that, I think Reggie said that like prior to like a while back.
Way back.
Yes.
Like way back.
And he remembered.
He remembered. Yeah. And so, you know, Reggie referring only to him as the black cat. That black cat, I'm sorry. Black Jesus or Jordan. He never referred to him as Michael Jordan. Ever again. And that's insane.
I honestly think that the Pacers, because he said the Pacers were probably one of the toughest teams outside of the Pistons that actually gave them a run for their money. They took them to 7 games.
Mm-hmm. They were physical.
They were on the brink of almost losing. It was what? He said about 7 minutes left, and it's crazy that you think about it. 7 minutes left, and they're worried about a possession, like possession by possession, 7 minutes left. I guess that's how crazy the league was back then. Like, you had to lock in and just be focused the whole fourth quarter. And this team, let me look. The Pistons, the Pacers, they had Reggie Miller. They had Jalen Rose coming off the bench. They had Mark Jackson. They had the Davis brothers, Travis Best. This team was stacked, and I think they were prepared for the Bulls. But like Reggie Miller said, that championship DNA is something different, man.
For sure.
It's something.
For sure. It's never over until the fat lady sings. And I know a lot of people were looking at Larry Bird's, reaction to when Reggie hit that shot.
Yeah.
But it's like Michael Jordan is going to get the ball. And y'all know how it's going to go. But let's not get too excited there, okay? But Scottie blowing 2 important and key free throws. 2.
There you give it to Reggie Miller. Now, that push off, do you think that would have been called now?
For sure. Oh, without a doubt. Today? Oh,
that's going the other side.
Come on.
Let's go to the other team.
Come on. No, first of all, I'm sorry. We're going to do the coaches challenge now. Remember that,
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
And then Michael got that ball back and hit that amazing double clutch shot. Even though he didn't make it, he was in the clutch. Yeah, that's it.
It went in and then came out.
That's it.
That's all it. I would have been scared, honestly. If I were the Pacers, I was like, yo, this is real. But that looked like a great series, honestly. Down 7 games, man. Reggie Miller and the Pacers, they were about it.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But then now you're going over to the Jazz. All right? Karl Malone getting MVP over MJ? Oh, you know that added fuel to his fire.
Yeah.
You know that.
It did. Like I said, everything, this man was just like, okay, cool, bet, I got you. And, bro, the 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 Jazz were not a team to mess around with either. Because John Stockton and the boys, they were a
Some
complete
serious.
team
Mm-hmm.
from offense to defense. And Karl Malone, he deserved MVP the way he was hooping in the finals for sure, both in 97 and 98. But I know that they did go back after they did show the Pacers series. They did go back to the 97 finals when Karl Malone did when he won MVP, and that was a good series as well.
Yeah.
Great series.
Yeah. Speaking of Utah, so we all found out something very, very wild that none of us have ever known over the past how many years now? 20 plus years.
Too many.
That Jordan's flu game was actually food poisoning, Malik Brown. Food poisoning. Our whole lives, we have been lied to. But I get it, because who wants to buy a shoe food poisoning 12s? I wouldn't. So, I mean, flu game sounds good, you know? But they poisoned this man's food. And I'm curious to know.
You think so?
I don't know. But why did it take 5 people to bring me a pizza? And I'm curious to know how this phone call was like, hey, Michael Jordan is hungry. Can you bring him a pizza at 1 a.m.? And a lot of people, and a lot of people were shading Michael for eating pizza at 1 a.m. But my God, I mean, the man was hungry, you know? But it took 5 people to bring you a pizza. I personally would not be eating anything if it's just suspect to me. It's suspect.
5 people bring you a pizza. Then you say the man's name, saying it's for Michael Jordan. And then the funny thing, did you hear about him spitting on the pizza to make sure nobody ate the pizza but him?
See, you know what? And my mom always says, God don't like ugly. And just in that moment, Michael, that was ugly. But you know what? He still hooped his butt off. That man, let me tell you something about MJ. MJ is different. He is a different breed. Okay? Now, we all thought for our entire lives that he played with the flu, but you played with food poisoning. Malik, if I had food poisoning, I wouldn't even be able to leave my bed. So you played an entire game? That's hard.
He played 44 minutes.
That's hard.
38 points.
Dang near about to pass out on the floor. So big shout out to Mike. I have the utmost respect for this man, whether if you like him or not. He is going to give his all to this game, and he did not let food poisoning stop him, because I'm sure whatever happened with making this pizza, we don't know what really happened. We don't know if it was any malicious meanings behind it, but I'm sure a lot of people expected him not to play in this game.
Yeah. And they went up 3-2 that game, and game 6, that iconic game in 98 is, man, just looking at that shot. Oh, but even before the shot, 41 seconds left. They're down. Jordan hits the layup, comes back on defense, steals the ball from Karl Malone. He said John Stockton probably didn't even see him. Stole the ball from Karl Malone, and then after that, the rest is history. The rest is history.
Man.
He played Scottie Pippen. His back was messed up the whole game. And I was thinking about this last night. I was like, Scottie Pippen, because I know we talked about this last week, Scottie Pippen may have not been bad after all, because if we think about a normal NBA player, they're probably going to go out just like Scottie Pippen with a back injury. But if you put Michael Jordan in that situation with a messed up back, Michael Jordan is probably going to still hoop regardless. He's not going to be a decoy like Scottie said he was. So just the fact that Michael Jordan, like, his heart just was up a notch of everybody, you can't bring down the other players that were just in the moment, just normal. Like, you can't do that.
And speaking of, I don't know if you've noticed this. This is just my opinion, Malik. This is Nia's hot take. I thought that Michael from episode 1 to episode 10, you could see his growth within himself, trusting his teammates.
Yes.
He really, really trusted his teammates. And one of his teammates that, embraced being a role player was Steve Kerr. His story is absolutely incredible. And I have even more respect for Steve Kerr.
Yes.
Because he is all around a class act, and it's crazy because I know it was asked that they ever bond over, the tragedies that they both experienced, Michael and Steve, with their fathers being murdered. Yeah. And Steve said they never talked about it, but that's one story I never even knew. I never knew about Steve Kerr's dad. And, gosh.
Just hearing him talk about it, he just was choking up. That was sad.
Yeah. It was very sad. And, I'm sure, like, if his dad was still here, he would be so proud of him, because you really went from being a kid who played barely in high school, you barely got a scholarship to college, and you basically used your pain for motivation to make you a better basketball player.
Right.
You made it to the league. You were on one of the best teams in NBA history. And not to mention, he took one of the biggest shots of his career.
In 97.
One of the biggest shots. Because you know what? Going back to Michael, trusting his teammates.
Right.
And oh my gosh, I laughed so hard when Michael said, Steve, you ready? Like, this is all you, basically. Yep. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready. But he was so excited. And the fact that, I don't know how you would feel, Malik Brown, but if Michael Jordan trusted me so freaking much to take a crucial shot in order for us to win, man, look,
I would feel on top of the mountain.
Yeah. So most certainly, Steve Kerr's story is so inspiring. It's gosh, man. Big shout out to Steve Kerr. Seriously.
For real.
Very happy ending story. And then, of course, just seeing what he's doing now as a coach, it's just
right.
Wow. Like, I really even have more respect for you, because you are a legend,
Right. And I think one thing that stuck out to me with that whole story of him was after his dad died, his mom said that he just really soaked himself into basketball. Like, that was what kept him going. And with our interview with Jared Johnston, talking about making an identity out of sports. Like, I just felt like after that moment, that was his identity. And I don't think it was for the bad either. I feel like this was for the good, and it really made him a better player, made him a better person. And he's been the same person. I feel like I was looking at Steve Kerr now when he was talking, when he was back in the 90s, like, same person, same attitude, same funny guy. Same haircut. The post game, the speech after they won, saying that's my story and I'm sticking to it, about him taking the shot. It's Steve Kerr.
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Yeah. Who's another good guy who's very misunderstood? Dennis Rodman.
Boy, oh boy.
Dennis ditched his team in the middle of the finals to go be in the WWE.
So go be a wrestler for one night only.
But you know who was there too? Karl Malone. I saw a video on Twitter. I don't know what was the timeline from when I saw this video. I should have looked. But Karl Malone and Dennis Rodman were you're on a WWE match.
That is one wild story.
No, but you know what? Dennis lived his life, because personally for me, it's basically showing like, look, what I do on the court is what I do on the court. I'm getting rebounds. I'm getting scrappy. I'm defending. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing my role and I'm doing my part. We're winning, whatever. Don't bother me once I leave that gym, because I'm going to go do whatever the heck I want to do. And I'll be back to finish business. And that's what he did. You can't be mad at the man, Can't be mad at him. He ain't go get arrested. He ain't out on the street drunk and all over the place and
Right.
crazy stuff, or maybe nobody has ever said that. But he handled his business on the court. Couldn't nobody tell him nothing.
And came
And
back and had one of the biggest games that night.
yeah, yeah. And shout out to Phil Jackson, because he wasn't one of those coaches. Of course, the media was asking, oh, well, where's Dennis Rodman? Dennis isn't here. He kept it real. But see, he knows Dennis.
Right.
That's a coach knowing their players and their player personnel. Is that I don't know if my coach would let me do that. Like, hey, girl, I'm going to LA. I'll be back. See y'all in a little bit, know? But they let Dennis be Dennis.
I think something with Dennis, and I have to say with these players today that we have, it's like they go off and do these extracurricular activities. You see them on social media or whatnot. Then they come back on the field or they come back on the court and they have a horrible game. Yeah. And then that's when the media comes and they're like, oh, I saw you were, with this person, or you were at this place, and did this affect your game? And then that's when things just start getting boiling and just start get boiled over. And Dennis Rodman was different. He went out and did what he had to do, went to Vegas and all these different places, came back, ran off on them twice, ran off on the media twice.
No, Malik, that was crazy. I said, okay, y'all are going to try and sneak out Dennis Rodman. Good luck with this, because I already knew in my mind that he was going to get caught up with the media. Yeah. And I mean, everybody started running. And back in the day, they had those heavy, heavy cameras. So you just see media just running.
The media, I ain't never seen the media run that fast in my life. Let's see what the paparazzi run like that. But boy, I ain't never seen no NFL, NBA media run like that before.
Well, when he said it was 300 media outlets and journalists and all the other good stuff out there, I mean, I knew somebody was gonna see him. I mean, come on, really? We're talking Dennis Rodman.
The hair is already, there's already one spot you can look at. Nice. Say, nobody has that color hair. Oh, that's Dennis Rodman. Come on.
Yeah, no. But hey, iconic. That was an iconic moment. I mean, you can't get that. I'm sorry, but I don't think we will ever see the era of basketball back then. We won't ever see that again, because that was a different time. That was a fun time. I was
watching it back then because it just seemed more exciting and more free. Now it's just so you can't do nothing. Yeah,
you can't.
They ruined everything.
Yeah, you can't. Well, we were born. We were like one, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
I didn't care about Michael Jordan when I was one though. I don't know what I was caring about milk.
Goo goo gaga. Change my diaper.
Right.
But at least we were born through an iconic time. I mean, 97 babies. Shout out to all the 97 babies.
Right. And so after that, I mean, basically the end was just talking about how they thought Michael Jordan thought that he could have got the team back together that one last year.
I believe he would. I wholeheartedly believe that if they wanted to go for a 4-peat, they could have done it.
They could have
done it. And even though Scotty was worn out, he had all his injuries and stuff, he would have stuck it through. I love just to see how much Michael evolved. Again, going back to what I said earlier, how he's evolved as a teammate. Mm-hmm. And he gets all his teammates on board. I mean, even his coach trusted in him, because Phil would have definitely stayed for another year. Michael, Dennis, Scotty, Steve. I mean, everybody would have stayed. And they definitely could have went for a 4-peat.
I think, because I know you've seen ESPN dropping like top 5 NBA basketball teams recently this week. I think if they would have got that 4-peat, it would have been no question. Everybody's list should have had that Bulls team number 1 for sure on everybody's list. Because I saw a lot of wacky lists. Kendrick Perkins was on one with his list. But besides him, yeah, if that 4P would have happened, if Scotty would have came back, Michael, Rodman, Steve Kerr, they would have had a chance for real.
Yeah.
But everybody left.
But okay, and it's so much he said and he said, about what was the future for the 98-99 team. And of course, Jerry Cross, he wasn't feeling it,
No.
I don't know. It's just, it seemed like to me that, you wanted to make all these executive decisions off of emotions because you didn't like this person or you didn't like that person. But honestly, this person is the reason why your franchise is the best franchise in the freaking league.
Yeah.
And personally, again, we don't know the full story. But it just didn't look good. And then, you come back next season and your team is trash. You're 13-37. You're in a lockout. You have a head coach who's never even had an experience of coaching an NBA team. You have all new players. You have young guys. None of your team who won with you, except for a couple of guys who, were role players or sat on the bench, are coming back. And so it's like, you did all that for what?
But at the same time, at the end, Scottie Pippen did say, you gotta give him credit. Gotta give Jerry credit.
For sure.
Gotta give him where it's due.
For sure.
Gotta give credit where it's due.
Without a doubt. Definitely. For sure. And despite, whether if they could have gone for 4Pete or not, they did some incredible things, but you could tell that Mike still had no closure from that and that he really, really wanted to go for another championship.
He was literally hanging it up when he was playing some of his best basketball. Number 2, part 2. Come on.
But that's because of the circumstances that was going on. The first thing you said at the beginning of the 98 season is nobody, we're not bringing back Phil Jackson. Or whatever he said, that Michael had said that he said at the beginning of, and it's like, okay, I've already told you if Phil is not coaching me, I'm not coming back. He'd rather just retire.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Somebody said that to me at the beginning of the season and then went back on their word at the end after all of this. I probably would have been like, hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna head out.
Mm-hmm.
Much Bob.
I'm gonna head out. So it was a powerful ending to episode 10. I got pretty emotional because what Phil did, and you could tell shout out to Phil Jackson, because he really cared for his players deeply.
He did.
It wasn't just a business to him. It was his team. And you rarely, in my opinion, especially now in today's world in the NBA life, you don't really see coaches that really, really care about their players, because he did what was it, like the fire pit thing, The
fire pit thing, yep. Putting
everybody wrote everything down.
Yep.
Your last thoughts. And I'm sure, for sure, it was very emotional for all of them because you're never going to get this back, But it was a beautiful run. It was a beautiful ending, even though I'm sure they wanted to go for another one. It ended just the way it was supposed to. And the fact that Michael did get emotional, saying such kind things about each of his teammates, I'm sure everybody's perspective about Mike changed because they saw a different side of him that they've never seen before.
Right.
So, powerful ending, man, very, very powerful ending. I thought that this was directed beautifully.
From start to finish.
Get some more. From start to finish. I really wish we could get more, but that's okay. I'm satisfied with this. I hope that Scott Burrell is doing okay because he was bullied the entire series. He was bullied the entire series, but you know what? Shout out to him too.
Shoot, we need to check on Brian Russell too.
Oh yeah,
we need to check on him. Cause
he's in
he was another one. He
intro.
was another one of Jordan's targets too. That man
Yeah.
came. You retired when I'm trying because you know I'm gonna lock you up. You don't say that to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan remembered that.
And you
That
got
was like
dropped.
2-3 years back.
You got dropped the last. Well, I mean, would you consider that a push off? It's more of like, here, take
really
your seat.
Yeah.
Take your seat, you know? But his last shot of his career.
Somebody call Russell.
Yeah.
He needs some milk.
Check on that man. But anyway, it's The Last Dance, 10-10, amazing. I'm actually gonna go watch it again from episode 1 to episode 10 because that's just how much I love that documentary.
Man, hopefully we get something like that again, but probably not anytime soon.
No, not anytime soon, but definitely something else big is in the works.
Yeah,
wholeheartedly believe that. Might be about Kobe. We'll see. I don't know.
Shout out to Kobe.
Shout out to Kobe. Shout out to Bean. We miss you.
We miss you, Kobe. All right, man. On to some more NBA news, some current NBA news. The NBA is moving on from Spalding.
That's just
and
the
they're
way
partnering with Wilson.
Things will never be the same.
Something's not right. Why?
I mean,
you're a hooper, Nia. What ball feels better?
All right. Nia's hot take. I'm gonna say Wilson. The
people have spoken.
I'm gonna say Wilson. Maybe because I grew up like most of the AAU tournaments, most of high school, all of college, we use Wilson.
Right.
The wave ball, Evo, all that stuff. So it's just weird because now we won't be able to use the reference from Love and Basketball, you know. Spalding.
Man.
Shout out to Spalding. But yeah, man, changes.
Yeah, Nia, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think I read that I think the WNBA is gonna change. I think. And the G League.
And the G League.
And
yes.
2K League.
Yes.
But I don't think they're not all gonna change all at the same time. I think it's gonna be like different increments. So,
right.
But yeah, this is a major change.
Yeah.
Wilson got that money.
Yeah. I mean, wow. I mean, Spalding is iconic though. I mean, I have a couple of Spalding balls in my garage. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, what is it, 2021-22 season? So
yeah, 2021-22.
NBA making moves, just changing.
We'll see what the players have to say about this.
Yeah, I'm curious to know because, you know, once you get that ball and it's like, oh, I don't like how this feels. I don't like the grip on it. But I think they'll be fine. I mean, Wilson's pretty good. Wilson's pretty good.
All right, next story. Back to NFL. These owners are voting on a resolution that would improve a team's draft position if it hires a person of minority as the head coach or general manager. Oh, they should have just said black person, huh?
You know what? The NFL, I have a lot of thoughts because I am really just sick of why is it so hard for Black people to strive in this league? And you can agree to disagree with me, but it's just been so much kind of like racial like stuff, like stupid stuff. Like this is ignorance. This is terrible. This is terrible. And then it makes you go back to think as to like everything that's been going on. Of course, you know, everybody's like, well, you know, I think that we're thinking too deep into this. And sometimes, you know, just it's not because of race. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of saying it's not because of, really? So you're going to reward people now for doing what they're supposed to do when it comes to Black coaches? Are you kidding me? Really,
You
the
get a
NFL?
draft pick. You get an upgraded draft pick for hiring a black person.
That's crazy. So you throwing out incentives for doing what you're supposed to do. You got to be kidding me.
And the NFL, they just said they got the rules together. So they're requiring clubs to interview at least 2 external minority candidates for head coach openings and 1 minority candidate for any coordinator job.
Honestly,
That's,
Malik,
that's what they're voting on. So
it's sad that we're still even having these conversations. Like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm seriously over it, because it's like we are still having these conversations about black coaches getting hired. And now you're making up incentives for black coaches to get hired. It's really that deep? Because I know there's a lot of qualified black coaches out there.
It is. Yeah.
Plenty.
Why they don't got a job?
Because it's not about race, Malik. It's not about race.
It's about 4 black coaches in the league. How many
That's
teams
crazy.
is in the NFL? 32?
Wait a minute. How many black players are in the league?
Oh yeah.
You know, like I'm so over it. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous that we are still having this conversation in 2020. When are things going to change about this league when it comes to race? When it comes to equality? It's ridiculous.
Shouldn't have to upgrade a pick, or we shouldn't have to interview this and this and that. Like, it should just be natural. It's not. It feels forced. That's what it feels like to me.
It's not genuine, and that's what pisses me off. Is that it's not coming from a genuine standpoint as to, you know what? Why is there no diversity when it comes to head coaching positions or coaching positions? Period. So I got a lot to say, NFL, and honestly, it's not nice. It's not nice, and coming from a African American woman, not cool.
Oh yeah. Now when these black coaches come in and get an interview, they're not gonna feel right. They're gonna be like, shoot, am I just getting interviewed because this is the requirement, or am I getting interviewed because my skills can bring something special to the team? Like, you never know.
But imagine if Twitter would have never said anything. Imagine if we didn't have any journalists or writers writing about this issue. Guess what? We wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
Under the rug.
Under the rug. Like they do everything else.
Just like they do every single thing.
It's honestly,
NFL,
it's sick.
Gotta do better.
It's disgusting. Come on, NFL. Come on.
Well,
LeBron James.
Man. LeBron James.
He is producing a docuseries on the Astros cheating scandal. And you know, he was not happy when everything was coming out. He wasn't happy.
What is his tweet said? Listen, I know I don't play baseball, but I am in sports. And then I know if someone cheated me out of winning the title, I found out about it, I would be freaking irate. I mean, like, uncontrollable about what I could or would do.
All right. Well, they're naming the docuseries Sign Language.
When I heard about this story, when I first heard about what the Astros did, it was a lot of mixed emotions about when I was talking to multiple people. Some people were like, yeah, man, they need to go down for this. And other people were like, is it really cheating? Like, I mean, they got to hit the ball. I mean, is it really cheating? Like, I'm like, yo, if you know what I'm about to do, you're cheating. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Cheating is cheating, regardless. The Astros need to, and when the season started, I think it was spring training, when they were starting, like, getting it back in groove of things, the teams that were playing the Astros, they were trying to, like, I think they were trying to intentionally hurt them with that baseball, because they were trying to intentionally hurt hurt them, and they was just throwing balls at them. Because that sucks.
Yeah.
That really is not good for the league at all.
I wouldn't even know how I would feel, and the frustration that I know a lot of these players in the MLB felt, because it's like, I've worked so hard. I worked my tail off, and y'all basically gave a title to a bunch of cheaters.
And let them keep it.
Sucks, man. I'm excited to see what LeBron James and his crew put together.
Yeah.
I'm sure to be very detailed. I'm sure the moment it came out, he said, you know what? I want to make a docuseries on it. So I'm really interested to see how this is gonna turn out. But shame on you, Astros. Shame on you. And whoever else was involved. Shame on you. Shame on you. So the Ball brothers are signing with Jay-Z's Rock Nation Sport Agency. How do you feel about that?
I mean, after a failed attempt to make this big baller brand as big as it was supposed to be, I mean, moving to Jay-Z's Rock Nation, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's bad at all.
Yeah, I just think, for LeVar and the Ball family, it's trial and error, At least he's getting out and he's trying to market his kids. He's trying to market their brand and stuff like that. So it's like, you can't really be mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he failed at a couple of things. But guess what? I've never seen anybody work as hard as LeVar Ball and making sure that his sons are straight.
Great. They're going to always be good.
That's one thing. They're going to always be good. So I think it's dope. I cannot wait to see what comes out of it. Of course, with the 2020 NBA draft coming up soon, of course, we all want to see where Melo ends up. So shout out to Rock Nation.
I think one thing that really changed, was really just made a whole 180 of this whole Ball family thing, was the fact that I think Lonzo began to just speak up for himself.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, I mean, it felt like LeVar was just taking over their lives, just speaking for them, writing checks that they had to cash.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as Lonzo, the older brother, came up and stepped up and said, it's my life. I understand you, my dad. I love you and everything, but I got to do this for me.
Yeah.
You can still be that dad that supports me or whatnot, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, I'm the one that got to put these shoes on. I'm the one that got to go out there and perform. All you gonna do is just sit there and talk, but I got to be the one to push it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. And I think for LeVar's defense, yes, he was a little overboard in some instances, but
for sure.
I just believe that he believes in his kids so much.
Loves
that's why
them.
he does all these crazy takes. He says what he wants to say because he's like, these are my kids. If your parents believe in you, that means I can go do anything.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I said that on the episode last week with Michael Jordan's dad, because of the confidence and the motivation and the inspiration that he instilled in Michael, is because that's who Mike is today, basically. And so LeVar, I mean, you can't be mad at him for doing what a father is supposed to do with his kids. He gonna always believe in his kids, whether if you like it or not. So I would like to see how this plays out. But I think it's pretty cool. Yeah.
All right. So we got some more NFL news. Facilities opened on Tuesday. Clubs cannot have more than 50% of their personnel inside the facility at the same time. Coaches can't come back yet because they think it's going to promote competitive equity. And players can't go unless they're rehabbing an injury or whatnot. So we're getting closer, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting closer.
Baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps. But I mean, hey, sports is trying to make a comeback,
Yeah.
And we just have to take it one day at a time. And honestly, we cannot rush it. If there's ever a reason that we need to cancel something or something just needs to be postponed, then so be it. But, cool for the NFL. Glad to see they're back out there. So, hey.
You still salty about that the other story, ain't you?
Oh yes,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
hot.
I can hear it in your voice.
I'm hot about that. I'm hot. I'm gonna be hot for about. I'm going to be hot about it for a very, very long time. Seriously.
Well, let me just take your mind off of that. Let me tell you a funny story about Spencer Dinwiddie.
Oh
So
boy.
he is big on Bitcoins or whatnot, and he started a GoFundMe for almost $24 million. And if the people get to that amount, he's going to let his fans decide where he plays. Not this season coming up, but I think the next season, because he's still on contract for through this season. So yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie is changing the game.
How much money has he raised?
Let me tell you how much money he has raised. Now, this is an update from Sunday afternoon. He had raised less than $1,000. And the math says he opened the page Friday, and accumulating $1,000 every 2 days would require 136 years of fundraising to reach the target.
My God.
Spencer Dinwiddie and the fans are not going to get what they want. They're not going to get what they want. It's a cool idea, because I've heard that Spencer Dinwiddie was trying to use his 3-year contract that he signed for an investment. So he's real big on this stock and investing in things, but that was a big goal. 24 million?
Yeah. A lot of dip on his chip there. I like the effort. E for effort. Spencer. Yeah. You get E for effort, but 24 million? Yeah.
And I think the funniest thing was his link. You know, it had a picture. It had 3 pictures of him. It had him in a Nets jersey in the middle, and on the side, it had him in a Lakers jersey and him in a Clippers jersey. He make this, so he probably already knows what the fans gonna say. He already guessing.
Okay.
Hey man, Spencer Dinwiddie, you different.
Okay. That's all I'm gonna say is okay.
All right, now going back to some football. Former Alabama quarterback Talia. Not going to say the last name because that's still a difficult thing for me. He's transferring to Maryland. Yeah, what you said. What's you know what? What's hard? What's harder, Antetokounmpo or? Because it took me a while to get Giannis' last name.
Antetokounmpo.
You think so?
I said it though.
I said it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I have to say his last name without thinking. Like Tagovailoa.
I don't think the fact that people don't try to say his last name and they just say his first name is just like stuck with me. So I just say Tua. I don't worry about his last name.
Tua's easy though. Tua's just you know, and it's
his
like we all know you're talking about Tua, but you kind of got to be like Talia, because you know it's Talia,
yeah, what you said,
it's his brother, you know. But yeah, he's transferring to Maryland.
So his dad, he said that he wanted an opportunity to compete. Yeah, that he was told that he was going to come in and compete last year for Alabama, but only time he really got to come in was when they were blowing teams out, and all he had to do was just hand the ball off to the running back, and that was the game. So he really didn't have a chance. What's up?
Let me ask you this. Do you believe that more than likely the reason why he was probably signed to the roster is because, you know, his brother's Tua? And again, I'm not downplaying the way Talia can play.
For sure.
Because he can play. But I don't think that was a good fit from him for the jump. And of course, he's young, cool, but he wasn't gonna come in and be his brother 2.0.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, with Giannis, his brother's on the Bucks. Is his brother on the Bucks because they're brothers, or I mean, you don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, shout out to him. I hope that Maryland's different for him. Yeah. And he, gets that PT and he develops and hey, be just as good as his big bro.
Right. I think apparently he went there. Well, I guess it has something to do with it. I think their offensive coordinator for Alabama in 2018 is the coach now. So yeah, I think that has so he'll have probably good connection with him and Maryland. But yeah, so shouts out to him trying to expand his potential. Hey, can't hate on that.
For sure. Do your thing, young Talia. The 2020 WNBA season was actually supposed to kick off this past weekend, Malik. You and I both are pretty heartbroken about this because we cover Dream Games together. And right now, the WNBA commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, is focusing on about half a dozen scenarios for the league season. Basically, where the league, they might be playing at one site just like the NBA, which is smart. Of course, it'll be heartbreaking for us because we won't be able to see them in Gateway Arena this year. But I think it's a great idea that they do play at a centralized location so they can get the season started. And, for the WNBA, thankfully, of course, this was supposed to be the year for the 2020 Olympics, and it happens during their season, and they typically take a break between July and August. And so thankfully, they're able to make up the games that, they've missed from the beginning and hopefully can make them up during that time. So it's going to be a great, great season. And shout out to her because, they're still going to get paid starting June 1st. Yeah. But then, you have 15 players. They might cut them down to 13 rosters. And unfortunately, a couple players may get cut even before training camp.
Wow.
Because of the salary cap. So that sucks. So it's like, I know that everybody is really, really trying to make it work financially and, of course, getting basketball back. So it is pretty huge that she is still making things happen for the players. But, of course, it is unfortunate for those players who may not even have a chance to show off what they can do on the court and get cut. Yeah, due to financial reasons. Yep. So hopefully we got some WNBA back too next month. Yeah. Because I know everybody's waiting patiently. Yeah, me too. And speaking of, Diana Taurasi talked to Scott Van Pelt yesterday. And, a lot of people have told her, and I agree with this, is that, she emulates most of her career, her game from MJ, and she was talking about her personal experience with MJ because she was actually in one of his camps. And then I think when it was her last year before it was her last year before she went off to UConn. Yeah. The MJ does, if you make this free throw or if you make this shot, you get a free pair of J's. And so she missed it. And I was surprised to hear that. Because I mean, like, think about Diana Taurasi. You know what I'm saying? What?
Was something on the line?
And so she said that that following year, she actually became a counselor for that camp. And MJ came and he said, well, hey, Diana, how are those free throws going? I said, wow, this guy doesn't stop, does he?
MJ is a clown.
This guy doesn't stop. So you waited a whole year.
Say that.
To say that again. But, I got
petty,
so much respect. Yeah, he's very petty. So he's very petty. But I got respect for both of them, because her style of play, her demeanor, You know, she has that killer instinct mentality too, just like MJ, you know? And
Yo, when I saw, I don't know if it was last year's playoffs or 2 years ago, but it was one particular moment. She was going off.
Mhm.
Like they were down too, I think, and she was going off. And the first person I didn't think about, it wasn't MJ. I was like, yo, this girl look like Kobe out here. She looks like she is hooping.
She's a dog. She's a dog. Like Diana Taurasi is the GOAT. She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT.
Man, MJ really done impacted a lot of people's lives.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some of the greatest players right now. He's impacted, you know? So I didn't even know, you know, until she said that. But it was a really, really funny story. It was cool to just see her perspective and how he's impacted her. And of course, I'm sure he has the utmost respect for her and what she's done for the W. So shout out to DT.
Shout out to DT.
Hey, but coming up next.
Oh boy, you ready, Nia?
You gotta be kidding me. We got a lot to talk about.
Shake my head. You gotta be kidding me, y'all. All right, guys, we are back with one of the craziest segments we have right now. You gotta be kidding me, Nia.
You gotta be kidding me, Malik Brown.
What we got?
All right. What pizza spot in Utah is responsible for poisoning MJ? Because this entire time, Malik, as we talked about in Clutch Update, is that we all thought that Michael had the flu. Who poisoned him?
Who poisoned Michael Jordan? Yo, they might come out with a game for this.
You know, I would be curious. Hear me out. What if somebody digs deep and they got a whole story on this? A whole docuseries, like, maybe not a docuseries, but like a short feature film on this.
I like where you're going.
Because this is scandalous.
Hear me out.
The fact that this was brushed under the rug and hidden for almost 22, 23 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who's responsible?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was a super one of those crazy fans that just go hard for their team. I'm working at a pizza spot, 10:30. I get a phone call. You know, Michael Jordan wants a pizza. Michael Jordan, you say? Let's see what we can do real quick to this pizza, man. Let's see if we can get some bad cheese or some year-old sauce or some pepperonis that look. And then we're gonna pull up 5 deep to the spot just to see if it really is him. Because if it really is him, we're gonna get him the pizza. But if it really isn't him, we probably still gonna get him the pizza. But yo, that would be a crazy story. Utah is wild. What I learned about Utah last night, I thought after what they did to Russell Westbrook in the playoff when they were just taunting him or whatnot and calling him bad names and stuff, it seemed like they did. That's where they got it from back then.
I'm curious to know more about this story because now we know he didn't have the flu.
He didn't have the flu.
And I would really like to know what pizza spot did, he go to. And was this done in intent? Like, was this done on purpose but 5 people? I still can't get over 5 people. I just want to know, how did this phone call go as to placing this man's order? Did we say, hey, Michael Jordan wants a pepperoni pizza with extra sauce, thin crust, extra pepperonis? Oh, by the way, it's for Michael Jordan.
I'm messing that pizza up.
You gotta be kidding me.
If I'm a fan, if I'm a super fan and I work for that pizza spot, yeah, man, I might just have to do something to that pizza.
You gotta be kidding me. Malik, you gotta be kidding me with this one. Did Jerry Cross or Jerry Rosendorf fumble the bag going into the 98-99 season? Hell yeah.
So Phil Jackson was gone. Michael Jordan retired again. They traded Steve Kerr and Scottie Pippen, and they released Dennis Rodman. What were they left with, Nia?
Nothing.
I'm gonna tell you what they were left with.
Go ahead.
Ron Harper.
Okay.
They still had Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc was the leading scorer that year.
Okay.
They had Brent Barry. Nia, I don't want to go any further because I just don't know these people's names.
So in other words, nothing.
Nothing.
And clown behavior because 98-99 was probably, you're talking about this is the rebuilding year. Okay, you guys are still rebuilding here almost, 20 years later, but we're not going to get into that.
Jesus.
13-37, and this was an awful time because this was during the NBA lockout. All right. So you're in an NBA lockout. You have new guys, fresh new guys, some, a lot of rookies. You got a new head coach who has no experience of coaching an NBA team.
None.
Oh, did I mention you're 13-37?
How do you come off a three-peat and everybody's still basically playing great basketball, and you decide to go into a rebuild? Who does that? Have you seen that happen since that time? Like I've been trying to think of a team since last night, and nothing's came to my mind yet.
You got to be kidding me.
Jesus Christ.
Clown behavior. Yeah. Because you're still rebuilding. You're still rebuilding.
Come on, Nia.
How long y'all gonna rebuild? Clown behavior.
Man.
Anyways, this one right here had me boiling. This is a true you gotta be kidding me. Boosie Badass putting his foot in his own mouth once again, Malik Brown.
Not Boosie.
This guy was catching even more heat last week over claims that he got an adult woman to perform oral sex on his son and nephew, both at the age of 12 and 13. Oh, wait, it gets better, Malik Brown. He's even justifying it by saying it's better than watching cartoons. That's why they have iPhone 11s. They can watch as much as porn as they want. It's better than them watching cartoons with two men kissing.
I am disgusted.
Yo.
I'm starting to think that Boosie's different. And I don't know if Boosie has an issue. I don't know if he's a homophobe. I don't know if he's trying his hardest to make sure that his sons aren't, homosexuals or anything of that sort. But sir, this is absurd. And honestly, for me, I would not want my kids staying with this man. I'm sorry.
This is a grown man. What? Are you serious?
CPS.
No, please. On the phone right now.
Yeah.
Because there's no way on this earth.
No.
That's not normal.
Oh, not to mention he gave the woman not only gave oral sex to the nephew and the son, but also to him as well.
And did he get on IG Live and say this?
Of course, Malik.
Somebody got to take, I always thought that we had to take Twitter from OJ.
No.
We got to take IG from Boosie.
Yes. But you know what? I remember at one point when he first got out, Boosie didn't even know what the heck Instagram was. So it's just amazing to see now where he's at now and how he's utilizing it. Oh, and not to mention he's doing these live videos with these women, you know, that are doing some vulgar stuff, and his kids are in the background. So he's promoting this.
Just watching it and listening to it, and
it's sick. This is
and he got the nerve to
okay.
say no kids in the IG live when the girls come up, no kids.
But your sons are inexcused, and then by the way, you buy them an iPhone 11 so they can watch porn instead of watching two men. Instead of them being kids watching cartoons, you're worried about your kids watching men kiss in cartoons when your kids got an access to an iPhone and they could easily pull up whatever type of porn they want to.
That doesn't sound like a kid's problem. That sounds like a parent problem. Yes. Because it all stems from the parent. Everything kids do nowadays. For sure. I mean, you can say, okay, they go to school, they may have peers around them that do say some stuff, and you know they might come back home. But as far as the main stuff that goes on inside this child's brain and how they activate on a daily basis, it's from these parents. It's from the parents.
Poor parenting, Malik Brown. Like, this isn't okay. And to everybody who is excusing Boosie for this, y'all are just as sick. That's pedophile. Come on. Now imagine, let the roles be reversed, Malik. Let him be talking about his daughters, because not to mention, Boosie also has daughters. So are you keeping the same energy for your daughters as well?
No.
Of course not. Of course not.
Somebody if that happened. He'll try to go out there and knock somebody's head off. No.
Yeah.
No.
So it's just like, for me, you know, it's like there's no type of, there's no accountability, because of course, nobody's doing anything. We've talked about it on social media. Everybody expressed how they felt, how disgusted they felt with this situation. And it's not cool. It's not funny. It's not cute. And you're talking about 12 and 13-year-old kids. Now, granted, maybe at this age, because this is what, middle school age, maybe you do need to have the birds and the bees talk. But you're going to allow a grown woman, probably, he even said in the article, he said in the live that he taught his sons how to put on condoms at 10.
Oh, okay, yeah.
At 10.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. So, again, to anybody, including Boosie, who thinks that this behavior is okay, delete your social media.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. This
You're
isn't
not okay.
Funny. No, this isn't funny. This isn't funny. Man, anyways, you got to be kidding me.
Please tell me something funny.
Oh, this is funny.
Please tell me.
But this is also sad, too. 6ix9ine's $200,000 donation to No Kid Hungry was declined. No Kid Hungry responded to the claim saying, as a child-focused campaign, it is our policy to decline funding from donors whose activities do not align with our mission and values. Do you know how crappy of a person you have to be for a nonprofit to turn down $200,000?
A nonprofit.
How crappy of a person do you have to be?
Nonprofit.
$200,000.
Yo, he done burnt a lot of bridges.
And only been out, what, a week? 2 weeks?
Only been out a week. He done already trolled Meek Mill. I just saw he trolled Ariana Grande. He out here trolling Snoop Dogg. Now he's trying to give to nonprofit and they not taking it. I'm pretty sure the troll coming for them next. My man on a roll. He don't care. The troll is back, y'all. I hate to say it, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: your favorite troll has a lot of heat under him, and
he's still alive.
Look,
how?
Look.
Why?
Why can't you just sit back, just put out your music, and just stay out the way?
That's too simple.
Yeah,
That makes too much
obviously.
sense. It makes
Yeah.
too much sense for 6ix9ine. You know that?
Obviously. It's not cute. 6ix9ine. It's not.
Man.
You know what? Fun fact of the day, I just found out that he actually started out as a videographer. Did you know that?
6ix9ine?
He was a videographer.
The worst thing that happened was letting him get in front of the camera, huh?
Yeah. But I also found out that, you know, from his creative image and his creative directing, like he directs his own music videos. All the concept, all the crazy color schemes and the emojis and just all types of stuff that came from him. So he's creative. You know what I'm saying? He has a gift of creating, but it's not creating music.
He's just using it in a very bad way.
I don't agree with it.
You got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me.
Well, Nia, we got some more crazy news because these NFL players just don't stop.
I don't get it.
So apparently, DeAndre Baker and Quentin Dunbar were wanted for armed robbery. They lost some money, and they decided to rob people at a barbecue. At a barbecue.
What the hell was that?
They turned themselves in, and they did get out on bail on Sunday. But I'm just saying, no, you are a professional athlete. You go get the bag regardless. And you want to try to rob somebody? Granted, if it's true, this is what we're doing. What's the problem? Is there just not enough money in the world or something? Or am I missing something? Like, why do these professional athletes always have to be connected to some sort of like crime? Why can't you just play your sport, play what you wanted to do, what you wanted to do, and just stick it in that?
Let me tell you something. From what I've noticed, is that why is it that, you know, all these years you work,
Grind.
you trying to get out the hood or you trying to get out of wherever you're at, whether if you lived in the hood or not, you're trying to make it professionally to be set for the rest of your life. So it's like some things you have to leave behind. Bad habits, terrible people, bad influences, bad habits. You got to leave that stuff behind. Like, you're a professional football player and you are doing broke men behavior.
Like
because you lost $70,000.
Probably bad.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah,
so you're
that's
gonna
your fault.
rob people. And you know what? You're in the NFL. You done lost $70,000. Obviously, you don't have any money. So you think of this brilliant idea to go rob people. Where's all your money going? So here's my advice to all of you who trying to get it out the mud.
Speak to him, man.
You whatever.
Talk.
You look stupid. You're still trying to prove a point that you're this hot boy and you're in a freaking NFL.
Balling like a hot boy, you. That's
probably. Are y'all gonna grow up? Are y'all gonna grow up? Are y'all gonna learn your lessons? That the behaviors that you used to do or that you're around or that you grew up around, it's not acceptable now because now you are a grown adult who is a professional athlete who is supposed to be inspiring the youth. Who's supposed to be setting an example for everybody around them.
Can't do that.
And you want to go rob somebody at a barbecue? Armed robbery at that.
Armed.
Idiots.
You know what's funny though? Cody Lattimore said, "Hold my beer," because my man got arrested on assault and firearm charges this weekend. He said, "Hold my beer, Nia."
You want to go get arrested, and you already know you're black men. They will drop your asses.
Hey. It's so many young people that just would love to be in their position right now. And I just know for a fact they wouldn't mess this opportunity up.
No. People that are deserving and really, really want this because they love it. They didn't take it for granted. You're taking it for granted. Now I really hope that your future's at stake now. Your career is at stake. You may not ever be in the NFL ever again because you wanted to be reckless and stupid with your money. So you decide. And did they not think they were going to get caught, Malik? That's
what I wanted. That's something I wanted to know as well. Did you not think somebody was going to tell on you? You just try to rob me out of $70,000. And you think I'm not going to go tell the cops because you're a professional athlete?
But that's what it is, Malik. It's entitlement. Nobody's holding these men accountable for their actions. So they feel like they can do whatever they want to do because they are NFL players. It don't work like that. It's foul. It's stupid. And it's very irresponsible. So my message for DeAndre, Quentin, and Cody. The reckless behavior gotta go. You're an NFL player now. It's time to evolve. And doing stupid stuff like that, and you're jeopardizing your career and your financial standpoint, it's stupid. So I really hope they have mercy on them because you already know that this does not look good at all. And I don't know what their futures are going to be in this league.
Man,
you got to be kidding me.
We got to do something different, man.
Jesus, you got to be kidding me.
Hey, man, let me we're going to move on to the next story, man. So apparently Channing Frye is salty that he was never as great as Michael Jordan. So he went out and said that nobody in today's NBA would want to play with Michael Jordan because only thing Michael Jordan did was score. He had one job.
Channing, honey, what did you do?
And that's what I'm trying to figure out too, Nia.
What did you do, Channing?
Because the last time he was on the team, which was the Cavaliers, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was not the Cavaliers. He got traded that year to the Lakers. And I don't think he barely played that time, Nia. But when he was on the Cavaliers, on that championship team, what did he contribute, Nia?
Fries.
Only thing I can see him contributing to was making a great podcast with Richard Jefferson. Solid podcast. When it came to on the court, he was the 15th man on the side of the bench. And you telling me you wouldn't want to play with MJ? I would want to play with MJ because I know for a fact that if I show my butt off, if I show that I'm capable, he gonna pass me the ball, first of all. Second of all, I know if I got Michael Jordan on my team, there's a 90% chance that I'm probably gonna win the game. What's his point? Wait, what is he salty? Like, what does he want?
Ego. He wants to be relevant.
For what?
You know, some people, Malik, they just cannot. People envy other people. They envy because nobody is ever going to make a freaking documentary about Channing Frye. I wouldn't. What the hell are we going to talk about?
How he was on the bench the whole time, but
he should have sat there and ate his food.
You should have just sat there and ate your food.
What made him? So nobody wanted to play with Kobe? Because if I'm not mistaken, I thought a couple people wanted to play with Kobe. Kobe and MJ about the same person, correct? They about dang near identical.
Now, granted, Malik, I do agree with him. If MJ was playing in this era right now, it's true. Some people may have not wanted to play with him because these new guys can't take that. They soft. I said
right
it.
here, right here.
I said it. You're soft. You're gonna run a social media. You're gonna have little captions, throwing shots, little subtweets, and then of course you're gonna let the media eat it all up. Then guess what? That causes friction
in the locker room.
Everybody knows your business.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
You're gonna be a cancer, and then guess what? Somebody's gonna get traded.
Give him the boot. Shannon Fry, you need help.
Yeah, no. That was an awful take. NBA Twitter, let him have it.
Let him have it. Let him have it like y'all let Kendrick Perkins have it, man.
Yeah, like
please.
Time.
So back on some 6ix9ine trolling news. Well, he ain't even really trolling this time. I mean, I think he's serious. Akon and 6ix9ine want to battle in the VERZUZ challenge.
Say it with me, everybody. Clout. Clout is a hell of a drug.
That's going to be the biggest watched battle, though. Just off the strength of 6ix9ine himself. You already saw what he did when he came back. He had the most people tuning in. Just the fact that it's 6ix9ine. And I mean,
what is Akon's purpose in, like, what does he expect to get out of this?
Maybe
that's the real question.
Relevance. Maybe he wants some relevance now. I mean, Akon is great. He's a great person, great artist. But when the last time we really heard a?
I mean, Akon was doing some good things. He was the last time I remember, I remember he was doing stuff for his home country. He's doing a lot of good things for Africa. Akon, you should have stayed in that lane, because we really I'm not about to watch it. I'm going to put it out there.
Oh,
I have no interest of watching Akon.
We're going to watch this.
You're going to watch it.
Okay.
And you let me know what happened.
All right, cool.
But I have no interest in watching either or. Now, granted, Akon, you had some hits back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he was battling somebody else, but 6ix9ine, that doesn't even sound appealing.
I mean, Akon most likely gonna watch him. He's gonna watch him. I don't really know 6ix9ine's discography like that, but I know it's pretty weak. I don't really listen to him for the music. I just know that he's a troll, and he does it very well. So, and that's what promotes his music. His trolling promotes his music. It's that simple. He's a great marketing person. He does some great marketing.
He's a creative from what I read about him. He's a creative.
He uses it for the wrong things, but oh well. I mean, we'll see how that goes.
So our last story for You Gotta Be Kidding Me. I want to say, what was it, back in February, or it was probably right before Corona?
Yeah.
Pop Smoke's life was tragically taken away. Yeah. During the home invasion, and he was shot and killed. And the story itself didn't make a lot of sense to me personally, because he was in an Airbnb. And just a couple of hours before that, he had somebody in there, cutting his hair and things of that sort.
Right.
Of course, it's a lot of buzz going around saying that it was a setup. And so his murder investigation has been complicated by COVID. And, to me, it's like it seems like there's been no progress with trying to get leads and trying to figure out who is responsible for taking this young man's life.
Yeah. And
so it's just, a lot of this story doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't.
That's what their excuse is going to be. They're going to, because of COVID.
Yeah. And I don't want his death to become an unsolved murder.
Because that's what it seems like a lot of things have been. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. We know.
And so again, we know. So it's very unfortunate. I don't know. We're just gonna keep throwing out excuses. Sure. Here it is, May. June is in 2 weeks. And so it's been a while since his death. And there was cameras. It was surveillance.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions that I have about his death. Like, why is there no progress being made? None.
Nobody
So
knows.
how long are we going to use the COVID excuse?
Just wait. They're just gonna wait till all this dies down. They're gonna, like we said, throw it under the rug, like they do everything. It's a shame. This is America.
Rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Rest in peace, man.
I really hope that he gets justice, because he was on his way to being up next, and jealousy can lead to that. And when people envy you, they do horrible things. So I pray that he does get justice and that they figure this thing out. There's no reason why there hasn't been any type of progress on this investigation when it comes to his death.
R.I.P. man. You cannot say pop and forget the smoke, man.
Yeah, seriously. But in music news, we are on to the next segment, Music Roundup.
Oh, I got something for y'all, man.
Music Roundup coming up next.
Let's get it.
Now we'll bring up the music for you. Hip hop and R&B.
Guys, we are back with the Music Roundup segment. It wasn't a lot of music that dropped like last week, but we did get a highly anticipated album from the Toxic King himself, Future.
Oh, so many Instagram captions. I'm just gonna
so many.
I'm gonna scroll past.
So he dropped High Off Life on last Friday. I'm gonna say I am probably one of Future's biggest critics. It's not a day that goes by where I don't have an argument with somebody on why I feel like Future is not really this great person that these people speak of him of. It's just like, it's crazy to me. And it always leads between Future and Drake. One thing I do not like is when people, they put this person on a pedestal and then they just disown the other person like the other person didn't do much. They do the same thing with MJ and LeBron. I hate that. Why are you putting LeBron up here and then trying to come on, man. You don't do that. But it seems like every Future fan I know does that, which makes me not really like him like that. I hate to say it. He's cool. He's a great artist, but he's not as great as people pan him out to be, all right? He's not this top 3 artist. I've heard that he's top 3. I heard that he's up there with Drake and J. Cole. I've heard this before. I'm not kidding.
No. Who said that?
Thank you. Don't worry about it, because I don't want you to come for the head like I want to. But anyway, let's just get to the music. How do you feel about High Off Life?
So, I thought it was pretty good. I have to listen to stuff a couple of times for stuff to stick, and
sure.
It wasn't bad. It was a lot better than what he put out last summer. Garbage.
Wizard?
Yes. Was it Wizard?
I think it was.
It's garbage. I thought Wizard was awful. Obviously, you could tell that he was. So, okay. So we take from last year's project and we take from this year's project, right? You kind of see some type of character development. Obviously, he was very, very hurt and very, very disturbed last year.
For sure.
This year, it seems like he's in a better mental space. And that comes from High Off Life. He's in a relationship with Lori Harvey. Still got some baby mama drama, but I mean, when does he not?
Who does?
I didn't think it was bad. I mean, I'm not like I like Future, but I'm not like one of those people where I'm like, yes, Future's my king and blah, 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 blah. Because I don't promote toxic behavior because I just don't like toxic behavior. Black men, come on, let's do better. But it, to me, I'm looking at it as a character development for him. It seemed like, again, he was in a better space. Of course, Accepting My Flaws was dedicated to Lori. She obviously accepts his flaws. Multiple baby mamas, toxic behavior. She puts up with it. But yeah, a lot of character development from what I see from Future right now is that his music was sounding a lot better than it did last year, for sure. Because again, I didn't like that at all. It was depressing and I had to turn it off. Yeah, and I forgot all about it. I just didn't think it was good. But we got a couple bops on here. Got a couple. I like Tycoon. I like High Tech Tech. I like Accepting My Flaws. I like Outer Space Bit. I like 100 Shooters, even though it's like a radio song. Too Comfortable. That's a mood.
Yeah.
Too Comfortable is a mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's your Toxic King. So,
Man, can't wait to talk about this. So, with me in albums, I like to listen to the features first. If I don't really rock with the artist like that. So I went to the features first and I've heard that the features they were good. All Bad with Uzi was good.
Mm-hmm.
Then I listened to Harlem Shake with Thug. Then I listened to Solitaries with Travis Scott. Then Trillionaire with NBA Youngboy. That was a good song too. I didn't think that would hit, but I enjoyed that song. So after I enjoyed those songs, I was like, okay, let me just go down and listen to see what he got to say. And I was impressed. What's your rating?
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Same here.
I give it an 8 out of 10. But we were able to get another versus battle this week.
Luda
versus Nelly. Now Luda gonna bring the heat because he's from Atlanta.
Of course.
That's what we do when we from. When you're from Atlanta, that's what you gonna do. You gonna step. But E for effort for Nelly. Nelly had an incredible time, and we could all tell.
Yeah.
But you know what, Malik? This versus battle actually showed me that Nelly doesn't have as many hits as I thought he did. Now he's featured on some good stuff, but he doesn't have as many hits as I thought.
Do you think that do you think he brought his A game? No, be honest.
No, he didn't play his cards right at all, because why are you playing Dilemma dang near towards the end?
It took him till round 6.
Very long time. Yeah. It took him a very long time to play Dilemma. I don't know why it took him so long to play Call on Me. I didn't like his setup from how he was putting out his songs. But also I realized we're like, either way it goes, he was gonna have to play either if he started out with Dilemma in the beginning or the end, he still didn't have much to work with.
Yeah.
But let's also, the next versus battle, please do a run, like a test run or something Wi-Fi before run. At this point, everybody's about to, and I appreciate Luda. I really applaud Luda for his patience, because at that point I'd be like, you know what, bro, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up.
I'm done.
Because how many times did Nelly, Ryan Cameron called him Nelly Riley.
That's a good name.
Tiana Taylor said maybe he should put a Band-Aid on his Wi-Fi. You know, maybe the Band-Aid would work. So, I mean, you know, I'm going to need the next versus battle, whatever celebrity is out there who plans on doing another versus battle. I'm going to need y'all to make sure you do a test run with your Wi-Fi, your equipment, whatever you want to use, microphones, speakers, whoever. Do a test run.
Do better.
If Teddy Riley and Babyface ain't teach you nothing, especially
Better.
when you already about to get blowed out.
Yeah, he was. And I went on the website. I want to get your takes on this because I know you're very great at this music thing. You're good at this music. I just want to see how you feel like these rounds went because I was questionable for one of these rounds. I'm gonna start with Dilemma. So Nelly played Dilemma his last song, and Luda went with Lovers and Friends. I'm a big fan of Lovers and Friends, but I'm also a big fan of Dilemma. Who are you gonna get an edge to? Like, do you think it's a wash? Like, or do you think who won that round? That's hard.
That's tough.
The website that I went on is saying that they thought Nelly won that round. I feel like Luda slightly edged him on that. I don't know.
Lovers and Friends was iconic, but so
That
is
is
Dilemma.
Exactly.
I don't know, Malik.
It's hard. I know. It's hard.
I don't know. That's one thing I'm gonna have to say. I don't know. And y'all know I love music. But that's tough. That's tough.
Now the round before, Nelly played Hot in Here.
Mm-hmm.
And Luda played Move. Now I might have to go with Nelly on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Nelly.
I'm gonna go with Nelly on this one.
I'm gonna give it to now both songs are very iconic for sure.
Right.
Great hits. But I'm giving it to Nelly with that one because Hot in Here, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Was that all the questions? I think that was probably all the questions. Those last two, I think, really just was like, Oh, I got the best one. This is probably the best one. So round 14, Nelly played Air Force Ones. Luda played Southern Hospitality. Who you giving that one?
He was featured on Air Force Ones, right? Is that his song?
Yeah.
Or
it says it's his song featuring Kajan.
Yes, yeah, you're right. That is his song. I'm going with
tough.
I'm going with Air Force Ones.
Air Force One. Okay. I think this was it could have been a better battle.
If he played his cards right, he could have kept it.
It seemed like man was kind of
he
drunk.
was lit. He was lit. But he had a good time.
Hey,
he had a good time.
He did.
You know? But again, to any and everybody who's trying to do a versus battle, please do a test run the day before.
Please.
Because you already know we all here in quarantine.
Yeah.
We all in the house. This is basically our only entertainment. The least you owe us is to have your ish together.
Please, I beg you.
Anyways, The Last Dance had an incredible soundtrack, Malik Brown. Let me pull up the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So one thing about me, if you don't know, to all our viewers, all our listeners, I am a music junkie, and sometimes you'll think like I should be a 50-year-old woman by the music that I know. Like I know music before my time. Be mindful, I was born in 97. Okay. So I'm a true old head. I love old school music. And I'm going to say The Last Dance soundtrack was iconic. The music choice, A1. Whoever is responsible, I need to know who you are.
Please.
I
Give
want to
us your
listen to all your
contact info.
playlists. No, seriously. I mean, let's start from you had 3 Anita Baker songs.
They had Anita Baker.
Anita Baker. Giving you the best that I got. Angel. Oh, Angel's iconic.
Oh man.
Angel is one of my favorite songs. Sweet Love. Come on now. You know that's iconic. But then, you know what?
The heat.
And then it's like you had Step Into a World. Iconic.
Oh man.
Money Ain't a Thing.
Money
Jay-Z.
Ain't a Thing.
I Ain't No Joke. Eric B. and Rakim. You know you got to throw in a little Puff Daddy and Biggie.
And Biggie. Gotta get them
Around the
in.
World.
They put some Isley Brothers in there too.
Isley Brothers.
Oh.
A Tribe Called Quest. A Tribe Called Quest, by the way, is one of my favorite groups of all time. So shout out to them. Mobb Deep. Shook One's Part 2. Iconic.
They doing crazy.
I mean, okay.
Some of these songs I don't even remember hearing. I don't remember hearing most of this stuff.
But you want to know what's so crazy? When they started playing Still Not a Player, I said, oh, yeah.
This is it.
This is it. I got to go find this playlist right now. Right now. And you know what I did? I've been listening to this entire playlist.
This is going to be a bop all weekend.
So, yeah, no, this was great. Like,
we need to
really
figure out the music director or something of this thing because
excellent music choice.
I'm not as musically inclined as you. I know that for a fact. But I know some of these songs and I was like, yeah, this is it.
Excellent.
Sensational.
Shout out to whoever is responsible.
Shout out to the Last Dance, man. They did their thing, y'all.
I'm gonna keep talking about that for a very long time because I just cannot believe that we got the art that we did get.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Gunna's dropping this Friday.
Woo!
That's Malik's favorite person, by the way, everyone. Yes. So we are going to do an analysis on Drip or Drown 2. He dropped that last year. Actually, one of my favorite projects from Gunna. Malik?
For sure.
What's your top songs?
Yeah, my top songs. Oh man. My friends know what my song is. I go to this song all the time. Baby Birkin. Baby Birkin is probably, I don't even want to, maybe the best. I'm going to put it in top 3. I'm putting it in top 3. But I remember when this album first came out, you know how they had the stars next to the, I don't think that star was there, but I think I put that star there, Nia. The way I played that song,
oh my gosh,
I put that star there.
Okay.
Baby Birkin is a bop.
Malik is responsible for the star next to Baby Birkin.
Give me my flowers, people. Give me my flowers. Now the next song, I'm gonna do a top 3. So Baby Birkin, 3-Headed Snake with Young Thug. Boy, they snapped on that. Back and forth, straight bars. And I think with the last one is Who You Fooling.
Okay, there we go. Long as you said Who We Fooling was in that lineup, Malik, you're good with me.
Nia.
He took his time on Who You Fooling.
That beat just made me want to just float. Just float, Nia.
Yeah.
That's all I want to do when I'm listening to. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. Who You Fooling? He took his time. Yeah. No. He took his time on Who You Fooling. Seriously. My top 3, Who You Fooling? That's my number 1 because I played that song over and over and over and over and over again. I'm gonna have to say IDKY.
Oh yeah, for sure. I rock with that.
And Speed It Up.
Speed It Up. Hold on, man. Gunna did his thing on this album, man. It really took me a while to actually just get into it. It took me a while, but once I started really vibing with this, I was like, man, this is heat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, my expectations are very, very high for this project dropping on Friday.
Triple drown. Ooh. That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, we're going into crunch time.
Crunch time.
I got some good questions to ask Malik today, so.
Whew. Got me on the spot, y'all. Let's go. All right, y'all. We are back with crunch time, where me and Nia ask each other these hard-hitting questions and see what the person thinks. Nia, are you ready?
Yeah, Malik, I'm ready.
All right, let's go, man. Let's go. So, Nia, you pulling up to Chick-fil-A, man. You pulling up to Chick-fil-A. Get you a Chick-fil-A sandwich, 8-count nugget. It don't really matter. Just, something to make sure that tummy full. And you thinking, you like, man, my mouth gonna be dry if I don't get no sauce, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you only got 2 choices, nigga. They ran out of all the other sauces. You gotta pick one sauce.
Go ahead, drop them.
Are you gonna go with the Chick-fil-A sauce? Or are you gonna go with the Polynesian sauce?
Is this even a question?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know, because I've heard some mixed reviews and I don't know who to trust anymore. So that's why I'm asking this question here. I need to know.
So, first of all, I didn't even know what the hype about Chick-fil-A sauce was until actually about 2 weeks ago. I was over one of my good friends' house. Shout out to, hey Maya, how you doing, girl?
Hey Maya.
So Maya been trying to put me on with Chick-fil-A sauce, and I'm like, okay, let me see what the hype is about. Malik, it tasted like mayo and
honey mustard. Say it, honey mustard.
Something. It just didn't. It tasted weird. So I'm going with Polynesian sauce all day.
Thank you, Jesus.
And anybody who eats Chick-fil-A sauce, you're weird. That's right. I said it. You're strange because it's disgusting. It's so nasty. Speaking of sauces, have you ever tried the zesty buffalo sauce?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next time you go back to Chick-fil-A, get you Polynesian sauce and the zesty buffalo sauce. Mix it together. Chef kiss. Amazing.
Buffalo.
The zesty buffalo with Polynesian. Dip it in. Dip your chicken or your sandwich in the zesty buffalo first. Then the Polynesian. Make sure it's mixed really, really well. I'm telling you.
Getting sweet, spicy, and sour.
Not necessarily sour, but it's pretty good, Malik. Take my word for it.
I think I'm gonna try that.
Try it. Let me know your reviews on it.
Oh yeah, I got you. Matter of fact, next time I go to Chick-fil-A, I'm getting that. Yeah, I'll put that in my notes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on one of these episodes.
For sure.
You let me know.
For sure.
All right, Malik Brown, I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right. Now, of course, there's been a lot of hype this year about, or was it last year? About the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Who's better? Whose spicy chicken sandwich is better? Popeyes or Chick-fil-A?
Oh man, I have so many funny stories about this one here.
Oh, God.
So if you didn't know, I used to work at Chick-fil-A. That was my first job.
Wow.
Chick-fil-A was my first job. I worked there for 3 years, and Chick-fil-A was like a family to me. I ate Chick-fil-A every day.
Which one did you work at? What's the chapel?
Decatur, Trinity Place.
Oh,
Downtown Decatur.
Shout out to Trinity Place.
Yes. I used to eat Chick-fil-A every day, and that became a part of me. Oh my gosh, this is bad. So the Popeye chicken sandwich came out. I was already gone from Chick-fil-A then, because it came out last year, right? It came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it when it first, before all the hype. I tried it, and I was like, it's pretty solid. Like it's good. Like it's nothing special, but it's good. And then I think 2 months after that, it popped off. Like everybody started talking about it. People were getting in fights about it. They were running out of the chicken sandwich.
Somebody died over it.
Somebody died over the chicken sandwich. And that's when I thought, I was like, yo, the sandwich wasn't even that good. And then people had the nerve to put Chick-fil-A in this conversation. Oh, the sandwich not better than Chick-fil-A. Are you serious? Are you really kidding me right now? First of all, there is no way on this earth. You had it, right? Why is the chicken so big?
I had it today, actually. It's crazy. I had it for lunch. And I swear the chicken kept falling out of the freaking bread. And I think it's because it's like the sauce they put on there. But
it's not supposed to be that big.
It's so crunchy, crispy. Like, yeah.
And you got the nerve to put Popeyes in the same conversation
as Chick-fil-A.
You skip Zaxby's. Because the only competition Chick-fil-A has is Zaxby's.
Chicken sandwich. That chicken
That's
sandwich.
it.
Yeah. Nobody talks about that, though.
Nobody.
Maybe because Zaxby's isn't like worldwide, I'm assuming, or nationwide, I should say.
I guess.
But
dang.
Yeah, nah. So you're going with Chick-fil-A.
I'm going with the Chick-fil-A sandwich, man. I'm going to ride with Chick-fil-A till I die.
Same.
CFA4L, man.
Period.
CFA4L. Man, that's crazy. I cannot believe we really had an argument about that last year. Man, that was a tough time for me. Tough time, bro. I had to, man. Anyway, let me just get to my question. Let me just bad time. All right, man. Got another basketball question for you. Seems like I've been throwing these back to back at you, Nia. I'm gonna see what you feel about this one. Keep an open mind, because it gets crazy. It could get crazy. It depends on how you think about it. All right, King of the Court. You know, I'm sure you play King of the Court, right?
All the time.
Play King of the Court, so you know how I go. I don't know. Is it always like a dribble limit?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, from what my coaches used to like, if I'm just playing outside with friends.
Okay.
Different, but yeah.
So King of the Court, you have a 3 dribble limit. I got 5 players for you.
Okay.
Kevin Durant, Allen Iverson, Melo, Kobe, and Jordan. All in their primes. So let's not think about old man Melo or Washington Wizards Jordan. We talk about prime. 3 dribble limit. I don't know if that makes a difference for you. I'm just saying, 3 dribble limit.
I'm going with Kobe Bean. I'm going with Kobe Bean. I'm going with Kobe Bean.
Kobe?
I'm going with Kobe. I'm going with Kobe.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that.
I'm going with Kobe. Oh, he gonna get to the basket. And he gonna make something work with them 3 dribbles. Actually, you really gave me a very tough question because I you know, if I had to, I don't even know, Malik. But you know what? Just to speed up time, I'm going with Kobe.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, Malik Brown. So you've seen Love and Basketball, correct?
Yes.
Who was more toxic? Because I had this debate a couple of weeks ago on Twitter because I am not a fan of the movie Love and Basketball. Now, I used to be as a kid, you know, because it was basketball, you know? And I'm not saying I love the film. I didn't like how the way, as I got older, I realized how bad Monica was treated, and it pisses me off. So now I don't like the movie. Anyways, I say all that to say, who was more toxic in this movie? Monica or Quincy?
Quincy.
Why was Quincy toxic?
Yo, just like you said, the way he treated her, like this. I feel like it shouldn't have went to a basketball game to fight for love. And wasn't he in the? I can't really remember. Was he having sex with some other girl and
Quincy was doing all types of stuff.
He was doing a lot of things. I remember.
He was doing all types of stuff.
He always found his way back to her.
But you know what? Somebody made a very, very good point to me on Twitter that I realized it because we all knew his dad wasn't no good either.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's trash. Yeah, he was trash too, yeah.
But see, his toxic traits, his anger and his pain came from his dad and his infidelities with other women while he was married to Quincy's mom. So all of that hurt and pain happened at the wrong time when Quincy was in college. Because, you know, that's when I feel like everybody's the most toxic is during
for sure.
your college days.
Yeah. And
you treated Monica like crap for what? You could have left. I mean, it's just so much that I just
keep it on a string, man. That's hanging by a string. Always having that person to go to when you don't have anybody else. Security blanket. Man, sounds pretty toxic to me, huh?
Toxic.
Yeah, Quincy gonna get that. Quincy gonna get that award.
Yeah, okay. But it started with his dad. His dad is the king of toxicness.
For sure.
And then of course,
somewhere.
Yeah, and then you bring it on your son. So, man. But hey, that's episode 4.
Episode 4. Solid.
Yeah.
Another solid one, man.
Y'all know the drill, you know. First of all, give us a follow on Twitter.
Drop the links. I don't know what she gonna put them, but links.
Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram, especially Instagram, y'all. We are really trying to build something great here. We're just two people who love sports. We love the culture, and we really just try and bring y'all some really, really good entertainment. So
show some love. Show some love, y'all.
Twitter and Instagram at In The Clutch Pod. I'm putting it right here below as I edit at In The Clutch Pod. If you're listening, if you're watching, whatever, you can listen to us on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, and you can watch us via YouTube.
Apple coming next. Apple Podcasts coming next, y'all.
Apple's
I promise
on the
you.
way.
Just wait on it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have been asking.
It takes time to be great.
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking, and we're getting there. Baby steps. We're only on episode 4. But you can also watch us via YouTube. Check us out. If you're bored, you ain't got nothing to do.
Just want to watch, sit back, relax, and watch something, man. Hey, we got something for y'all.
Perfect time. But again, at In The Clutch Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Show us some love. Tweet us. We will tweet you back.
Yes.
I'm Nia Sapp, and I'm checking out.
Malik. Deuces, y'all.
Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.